Oh, well, there we are. So, howdy, folks. Oh, hello there, Rain. Glad you can make it. I'm here with Playful. Playful, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
I'm glad to hear it. So, we're playing some more Dwarf. We're continuing our game from last time, which we did manage to, despite all odds, actually continue going and stave off cancellation. We're going to beat our high score pretty soon if we keep it up. So I was looking on the Dwarf Romantic, I think it's Beautiful something subreddit, and they have some ridiculously pretty stuff that they make there. Like, they have like these huge like oceans they create, and I'm like, man, I've never thought about creating an ocean in this game. I should consider it though, really. So where are we building right now?
I was actually looking on Steam for this. Turns out I can play it on my computer
You can?
if I had the funds, but I don't.
Hey, let me know when there's a sale, and if I've got something, I'll help you out.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, once again, we don't have enough for that. Honestly, we might just want to, like, close those off, because it's kind of just becoming a nuisance at this point. You're losing all my money, is what it's making me think of. I love Mr. Krabs. I really like Mr. Krabs.
Oh.
I'm getting a lot of, like, grain mixed with trees and stuff. There we go, 171 housing. It's pretty good. So we've got plenty of these we can use. Ooh. A 20 with a cap on it. Lovely. And this one is a... Oh, I think we can finish this one off right now, actually. Never mind. We're close, though. We're very close. I'm going to turn myself up a little bit. So, folks, today we are mostly just hanging out. Nothing special happening. Though we did need to make up for our stream on Sunday that we missed, yeah. So, I know, finally, something that I can prod Playful about, as far as a subject that she's interested in. Playful, tell me more about your favorite Disney movies. Because I want to know. Can you show me?
Oh my god.
Oh.
I really don't have a favorite. They're all really good.
There we go. 5 more.
I did have a lot. I did watch a lot of them growing up.
Yeah. The ones I remember, gosh, so silly of me. I missed 5 more that we could have had. So I was thinking about, Tarzan. Tarzan had me. But yeah, my parents, liked, they liked Aladdin, they liked Tarzan, and, let's see, what other ones did my parents like? My parents liked The Iron Giant, but not as much as I liked it, which is not a Disney movie, but honestly, I don't mind, because it's a really, really good movie either way. It's a very good movie. Let's see, this is a 184 pluser. Where does this go? Okay, that's fine. Okay, good. And I remember you talking about your interest in The Wizard of Oz. Now, this might be a little personal. This might be a little personal, but tell me if it is, if it's too much. Which character are you?
Dorothy. Totally Dorothy.
Oh, you're Dorothy. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the dog. That makes me Toto. I'm Toto.
Yeah.
Not the band, by the way.
That was a good band, though.
And they've got some good ones, I admit. They've got some good ones. Gosh, Wicked Witch of the West. If I had witchly powers, that would be cool. Oh no, we're gonna get canceled. I'm not paying enough attention to Dorf.
Oh my.
I just need one more water, and I can get us back up in the game. But yeah, I have Toto vibes. I'm kind of just there for the adventure. Not really doing much else though.
Pretty much.
There for the adventure and to support the people that I like. 38 with a cap. Do we?
Toto didn't really like very many people. The only person Toto liked was his owner, Dorothy.
It's very true. Well, folks, we beat our high score, but only just barely. Only just barely. Well, howdy there, Rissy. How's it going? Bow, 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 bow. So, thank you also, Rocco3, for your follow earlier. This is 2 hours ago, which surprised me. I didn't know that person was even watching. I'm glad to hear it's going okay. So, we're going to save this one. And I know that there was one of you who wanted to see the different games we've played. So, here is the first one that we made. And to you, Rain, you can see any of the maps you've already made in diorama mode. Also, you can continue on in creative mode and make the biggest map you'd like to. Which, that's not really for me, because I'm kind of a score-driven person. Not quite as much as a creative-driven person. But, you know, it might be fun to do a creative Dorf stream. I just like doing the challenge of getting a good high score. Yeah, so, you know, if you ever want to just look through any of these, like, that you happen to make, definitely, it's all there for you. Whenever you decide that you might get some amazing news tonight. Oh, lovely. That's always a special thing to get some news potential.
I think I know what it is, too.
No, I have no idea, so it's surprising me. This is going nice so far. Going nice. Let's see if we can line up a couple of these boys. No, I couldn't line that one up, unfortunately, but that's okay. I want to make a big old water thing, so I'm going to keep that separate for now. Hey, matched on 2 sides, lovely. We put an offer on a house, and we find out tonight if you won the offer. Well, lovely. I do hope you get it. Ah, look how big the water is. So much water. Lovely, lovely water. It's a 5-pluser. Lovely. Okay, already this lake is getting pretty big. It's a pretty big lake. Lovely. Make a little bit of a side thing right here. Oh, lovely. We're making some good connections right here. Very good connections. There we go. This is a 7+er. Okay, lovely. There we go. And this is an 11+er, so we'll see how this one does. What are the It would be nice if it showed you the connections for the sides, actually. That's something I'm thinking about right now, is sometimes it doesn't quite make it clear to you which sides connect. That would be nice if it did that. Like when it is showing you your placement. It'd be nice if there was a green side for forest, red for houses, and yellow for green and stuff like that. Because railroads and water, that's pretty obvious to me, but those ones especially can be a little tricky sometimes trying to figure out where they actually connect. This isn't going to do it exactly, but it's going to be close. Look at that one, it's a +20. And then this one is going to be at a lovely little ridge here. Lovely. Can we connect this in more than one way here? No, it doesn't seem like we can, unfortunately. That'll work fine now. This is a little house over here. Not much of a connection there, unfortunately. Not there either. Well, that's something. Something better than nothing. So it's sort of come to my understanding that generally you should focus on connecting sides and making things look good. I mean, I've already spoken about that before, but this game is very particular that it likes things to look. It likes things to look neat. In a way, neat but also chaotic, in that crazy sort of Dorf way. Somehow having both. Oh, lovely! That's just great. I am actually starting a pretty interesting life change here. I'm working towards. A friend of mine, Ain, or the Queen of Chickens, as you may know her on here, has let me know that there's a thing that she can help me with, and I won't get too deep into it now, but I'm hoping that I can get back to her soon about that, because it would be nice to see what some of my options are for getting out of the house and making a little bit more income. Because certainly it would help me keep running this show the more I'm able to actually support myself and stuff like that. So what do you think of the Good Witch? Playful.
I didn't mind her, but her
I'm
voice
sorry.
was a little...
Yeah, her name's Glenda, right?
Yeah.
Glenda the Good Witch. I don't know. I don't think she should be called a witch if she's good. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Exactly. Jeez.
I think she should be called something else. Because
Yeah,
I mean, I know she's trying to be like I'm not evil, but the way she acts, she's like kind of like low key, trying not to seem like she's evil, although she actually might be. That's what I'm seeing, at least.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm wrong though. I have nothing against Glenda as a person, but as a character, I am quite curious about where her allegiances actually lie.
Yeah, exactly.
What she's getting out of all this good witch business, you know, what she's getting out of it. She might just want to be good. Honestly, she might just want to be a nice person, but it is curious.
Don't call yourself a witch then.
I like your roast there.
Well, it's true.
Don't call yourself a witch then. Yeah, it's kind of hard to claim that you're helping people out when you're a witch.
Exactly.
I don't know. She doesn't look very witch-like as well, so I see your point. She looks more like a regular, like a fairy godmother sort of vibe as opposed to a witch vibe. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Or just
Now,
fairy in general.
now the actual Wicked Witch, yeah, she looked like a Wicked Witch.
Well, it's very my friend Y, which I hope I can get her uh, either on this show or involved in the show in some way because she would really like this. I think uh, she actually dressed up as a Wicked Witch at one point for her school when she was a teacher, and apparently it got a lot of good people really liked it. People really liked it, which makes me
But a
laugh.
lot of people probably really liked that movie.
Not only that, but her outfit was really, really good. She's very, very good at making costumes. But she puts a
Oh,
lot of
that.
effort. She puts a lot of effort into what she does. So it's not a big surprise to me that it got very positive feedback.
Yeah.
'Cause she's a very hard worker from everything that she talks about. So, did you ever see the remake of The Wizard of Oz?
Just called basically Oz. No.
That's what I was saying. I didn't remember if it was just called Oz or if it was something else, but that's the one that had Michael Jackson in it, which was
Really.
that was a strange choice in my opinion. I don't have any personal grudge or feelings about him as a person beyond the fact that he was probably guilty of some stuff, but
Oh, yeah.
I like as a choice for a person in a movie to pick, it feels like his star power got him that as opposed to his acting power because I don't. Ooh, that was perfect, lovely. Oh, wait. If it's just a bunch of water, is every water surrounded by water perfect? Because that would be really helpful and a really good reason to make big like lakes is because all water surrounding tiles around water are perfect. Okay, that's a new meta that I didn't know about. That's gonna change my game strats a little bit. Yeah. But for the most part, I think that like I'm like a as far as like the Wicked Witch goes, I don't have any problems with her being. Wait, actually, no. We're talking about Michael Jackson, not the Wicked Witch, Cass. The Wicked
Yeah,
Witch.
we were talking about Michael
Yeah, the
Jackson.
Michael Jackson is. I mean, I never saw him in anything that he was a good actor in. Right, I never saw him in something where I was like, man, Michael Jackson's acting skills are great. I always kind of just felt like,
I
yeah,
never saw him in anything.
he's there. That's what I always thought when I saw him. He's there.
Pretty much.
Very, very
I never
good.
saw any of his acting career, only his music.
Yeah, I think he was very limited in what he acted in. Very, very good dancer though, and singer. But
Yes, he was.
I don't have anything to say about him other than that. I'm going to leave it there.
Same here.
Probably a good place to leave it. But yeah. When I was more interested in like pop and stuff like that, I was really thrilled by a lot of different musicians. Imagine if David Bowie had been in The Wizard of Oz. He would have been really young, but he could have been like a. Well, what do you think of David Bowie?
The way he dresses is just way the. Oh my god. It's totally way out there.
Yeah, some of his outfits are actually like ugly beautiful. If that makes sense. That's the only way I can describe a few of them is like I'm at one time I'm like, man, that's really does not look pretty, but also like, man, he pulls it off.
Yeah.
He really pulls it off though.
Oh yeah, he pulled a lot of outfits off.
But yeah, I have good feelings about him. Ooh, that was a perfect, lovely. I have very good feelings about David Bowie. I loved his soundtrack for Labyrinth. Labyrinth is a movie that my sister really likes, and I think most of my
Never
family.
seen it.
It's a pretty good movie. It's one of those movies where it's like if you grew up with it, you'll like it more than if you're watching it just randomly. That was another perfect. Wow.
Yeah.
Because if you, I mean, there are just some movies that are better when you saw them as a kid, and Labyrinth is one of those movies. It's not like a super. It's not a super. I don't know how to even describe Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Labyrinth. Labyrinth is like if you got Jim Henson to do a lot of crazy random stuff that even he didn't know where it was going, then I think that you'd really strike on some like Labyrinth sort of cursedness, because it is kind of a cursed movie in a way, that like there's just so much weird stuff that happens because it's a very weird movie, but at the same time, like genuinely having a wholesome message at the end and being full of like charisma. It's also got David Boy's charisma, which he's a very charismatic actor, very like, you know, performative and charming and willing to work with people on obviously. Just a from what I can tell, besides some controversy that he's had back when he was alive, he just seemed like a nice person, and I appreciate a lot of the stuff that he was talking about not playing to the gallery, which I didn't quite understand what that meant, but the idea that gave me was that like you should just make stuff that you like to make and not worry about what people say about it, and just keep making until either you become famous or you pass on and do something else or go somewhere else. You know,
Yeah.
Don't worry about trying to get acclaim or critical success. That will just come if you're doing what you love and you do it well enough. Because you can't really force that. I mean, either you'll do well and succeed, or you won't be noticed yet. And it's no shame to be in either of those places. Ooh, let's see if this gets another perfect. I want to see what this does. So that does give you a perfect. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure what to say about that, because that could be a game changer for my playstyle. That really could be a game changer. Lordy Lou. What to do? There we go, some houses and a lovely little bit of trees. I feel like Bob Ross when I say that. This whole stream that I do does channel some Bob Rossian energy. Though I don't think that this is quite on the same level of his artistic capabilities. I do feel like it has some inspiration there. There we go, that's a good one. Oh, there we go. This is what we're looking for. And then we want to go train yard. Show me the train yard. 665 plus with a cap. That's a lot. I don't usually see them go above like 400, so it's quite a bit right there. Quite a bit. Ooh, that was a perfect. Lovely. So this one's 2 more. So I can put this here. And then I can... Okay, and then, oh, we have the 2 that we need. Well, actually, this one's 1. Ooh, so close. We'll find a 1, and then we'll put that there. Where can we place this where it'll fit nicely? There. Plus 20. Ooh, we got a wonder. That's pretty far out, though. We're not going to go for that just yet. Ooh. This is another good spot for, like, a beaching area. There we go. Let's see, where's this? Okay, good. So it turns out there's actually some really good reasons to stretch things into like a single row. Not just because you get to control where the cap is, but also because you can kind of lead it in the direction of a wonder if you happen to unlock one by doing that. I don't know if wonders are based on the thing that you build towards them, or if they are just random, but it's a lovely thought to get a wonder that also happens to be the thing that you're building towards it at the same time. It's a good idea, or a lovely thought that I have. And then we'll cap this off right here. That's a good one. That was a perfect, oh, and a cap. And also, the quest's done. That got us like a good like 12 or 15 right there. Lovely. Just good. Let's put this right here. I don't know why that looks good to me. So, if you were given the magic slippers to go back home to like Kentucky, wherever they were, I don't know where, I don't remember where it takes place.
Or where they were.
But would you go back home or would you stay in Wonderland?
I'd stay there, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know the situation of Wonderland very well to say if I think that it's like a super good place to be, but it's kind of cool looking that in the middle there. But I like the idea of living in a crazy, colorful place. You know, I feel like all of the little people seem jolly, but I know they're not that jolly the way they were treated in real life because of all the stuff they went through. But they seem really happy and content to live there, so I like that. But
I was actually reading one day, I don't know how long ago, but all those people, like, they're all gone now.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate, but
the last one died a couple of years ago.
Yeah, dwarfism, it does tend to make people live shorter. Like gigantism does that too. Like Andre the Giant, he wasn't even that old and he passed. And I don't...
Neither was Vern Troyer, and he was definitely short.
I don't know if that person had dwarfism or not, but certainly you might have like a touch of it. Because some people are just like shorter, like not actually to the point of like being classified as having dwarfism, but just short. Just like really short for some reason.
Yeah, he was pretty short though.
He was pretty short. Do you know when that happened, when he passed?
Nope. I can always look that up.
Sure. Ah, another perfect. Wow. That's really good stuff for your score. Very good for your score.
2018.
2018, yeah. Does it give a cause of passing? If it's too gruesome, then don't read it. But if it does, and it's just like, if it's okay, you can talk about it. I'll leave that up to you.
I gotta find that out.
Usually their lawyers will say something if they think it's appropriate to. This game is just so darn peaceful. I play this game and I'm always like, ah man, such good vibes. Look, a little train.
Yeah,
trains.
it does give us cause of death, but I'm not gonna say it on chat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, dwarfism and gigantism. This was on a show that I was watching a couple of years ago. It's actually like a thing where you can like Shaquille O'Neal and some of the other people in his life are actually giants. Like they are giant people, not mythically, of course, but they do have like a huge amount of strength, and they're also really tall and really big and stuff like that. And those people, like they have such a perspective on the world, because the world treats them very differently for that. Treats them very differently for being that way. Just like people who are very short or have dwarfism get treated very differently too. Which I think it's a really awful like place to be for someone to like be seen as short. My sister recently had a falling out with a friend of hers who felt that his shortness impeded his masculinity, which a lot of shorter guys think that, because like, especially if they're next to a woman who's taller than them, they can sometimes feel really emasculated. I know I used to feel that way too for a while. I did share in a bit of that, unfortunately. But I think that's just a thing that society kind of perpetuates in a lot of men, and it's not necessarily like something that they're trying to feel that way, but I mean, you can't help but the sort of things that society can put in your head. It's not really a person's fault for being affected by that, because I mean, I've been affected by that too. It just happens. There we go. Does this one want a cap? No, none of these want caps. Okay, cool, that's fine. How many more of these do we have? We have 4, so we can put this one here, and that'll be fine, and this one here. Because we're not getting any house stuff right now. Where was the wonder again? There it is, over there. There we go. This is a 24 with a cap. Okay, so let's find a 24 of houses around here that we can cap off really easily. I think that one's already been capped off, to be honest with you. So we'll start something right here. Is there one we can do that is connecting on both of those? Because it'd be helpful if we could connect on both of those. Not really, unfortunately. Oh well. Let's see. Where was that? I keep forgetting where that wonder was. There it is. There we go. Let's see, and then this one wants to go that way, so we'll do this. And we will cap it off eventually. When it comes to people who are like that, sometimes they're gifted to be all sorts of different career options, right? Because you're so tall. Sports and athletes and stuff like that, a lot of them become athletes because, I mean, it just kind of makes sense to use it for that, because it's like easier for them to do certain things, and also they're good at reaching and moving past people, because they can kind of just like step around somebody who's like me. I'm 6 foot. In fact, being 6 foot is one of the things that I find very charming about myself, because it's a very like normal size to be, in my opinion. And I think that somebody who is like, there are people who are like 7'11", actually like 7'11", and they totally just, that's just how tall they are, and they just are that tall, and it's not like a thing that is super crazy to them, and it really isn't crazy. It's just like, you are as tall as you are, and that's just how they live. which is an idea to me that is a little startling to look down at somebody who's like 6 foot or whatever and be like, oh, hello, and then you're just like huge. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, I have known several people in my life who were much taller than me. In fact, I think my cousin Devin, he was taller than me when I was younger, of course, but he was already like, he's like 6'2" or something, so he's a tall dude. So that just happens. This is a 29 pluser. Do we have 20? We're close to 29 on this one already. Do we have any grains that we're doing? No. And we don't have to cap the grains off anytime soon either, so that's good. Good, that was a 2. So I'm trying to figure out what this game sees as perfect when it comes to to different pieces of land. See, it said that was a perfect. Water on all sides. That's perfect in this game. Gosh, I kind of wish I knew that earlier. I really do kind of wish I knew that earlier. But oh my gosh, a 107 pluser. That's a lot of woods. And that's too much for this. So we're gonna go over here and place that there. So when it comes to, and this is going back to Disney movies, what do you think of Ursula from the Little Mermaid? What do you think of her?
Great acting. Didn't really like her. Just
Her character.
so mean. Yeah, her character was just.
What do you think about the singing?
She was good.
I thought she was good too. I think that the idea of her shifting into like a younger and more conventionally attractive looking person is kind of one of those weird like cartoon things that can happen more easily in a cartoon than it can in a movie. This live action. But
Yeah.
that's
She was only able to do that though because she took Ariel's voice. She did. She took Ariel's freaking voice.
No, I just like the passion at which you said that was very. It was fun. It was fun to hear that. Yeah, I mean, okay. So, if I could if it was up to me, and this is probably more personal to me than most people, if I had to make the choice of you could give up your voice, but then you'd also be able to swim underwater perfectly and not have to breathe. That's pretty interesting. But my job is mostly dependent on me speaking, so not quite helpful in this situation.
Not in this world.
Not quite. But, if it was the reverse, right, and somebody was trying to steal my voice to become like a strange doppelganger, then I'm not sure. I think I wouldn't be okay with that. But I mean, there are some people who would give up their voice in a heartbeat to become a mermaid. I think I have a friend. I don't know if this is how she would feel, but I know that she loves the idea.
Ariel gave up her voice to be with Eric.
She did, but being mute,
to be human.
to be human, it's true. But being mute is what made Eric less interested, because he was like, well, I can't really connect and communicate with her very well, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But
up until that dog, Max, I think it was, destroyed the shell, and Eric realized that it was Ariel's voice the whole entire time.
The shell. Well, what do you guys think?
That was a good. I loved that part of the movie. It's like, bye, Ariel. I mean, Ursula.
What was Ursula's name? I think her name was Vanessa or something. She was in human form, something like that.
I can't remember what she called herself human form, but oh my god, that was a bad name. When she was fish form, it didn't sound right. Ursula? What the?
Ursula.
Weird. I always got a kick out of that Goofy fish.
Do you mean
Flounder.
Sebastian? No, Flounder. Yeah,
Flounder.
Flounder.
Flounder was hilarious, but Sebastian was... Wow.
I really do feel like a lot of the Disney content that has been made is incredibly double entendre. There's a lot of stuff in there that's just like so adult, but a child would never understand any of that. And I won't go into any of it, but do some digging. You will see that Disney is full of tongue-in-cheek, like double entendre. They love that stuff. It's their thing. But we have gotten to the end of our Dorf. And we did not beat the high score, unfortunately. Well, we didn't this run, but we did last run at least, so there's that. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Anything you wanna end on, Playful?
No, not really.
Cool. Well, I am going to probably play a little bit of Skyrim and defeat some vampires as a Dawn Guard boy. But oh, also, the Queen of Chickens has told me she'd like to show up on the podcast on the stream at some point. So that might be a thing that we do. Yeah, we might do that at some point. And if anybody happens to know her, congratulate her for also the idea of making her own little stream, because she's interested in doing one herself. But either way, thank you guys for being here, and as always, you have a safe night. Treat yourself well. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Off to the ending screen.
And also...